Hey, this is Sam, and welcome to BNS About Movies. This week, we're going to talk about a movie that was on Chiller Theater Saturday, September 4th, 1983 at 2 in the morning.
Dear Miss Ross, I have finally worked up enough courage to write you. I am your greatest fan, because unlike the others, I want nothing from you. The only thing that matters to me is your happiness. I am a friend, and I am someone you can turn to in times of distress. But I know the time is now right. We will be lovers very soon, my darling. And believe me, I have all the necessary equipment to make you very, very happy.
You got a really raunchy letter from that weirdo fan I tried to tell you about.
I think she's taking advantage of you.
Sally, he's driving me crazy.
I recommend you fire. I recommend you fire.
What in God's name did you say to him in your letter?
I don't pay you to upset my fans.
You don't even know your fans. I'm the one that has to put up with him. He's the one that's gone too far. He wants to be your lover, for Christ's sake. What was I supposed to do, give him an appointment?
I want to touch you. I want to make love to you.
Just ignore him from now on. He's harmless.
Miss Goldman? My darling, it was over very quickly, and I feel glad because I never wanted her to suffer.
We're dealing with a psychotic, a potential killer.
Am I safe, Inspector?
Who knows?
He's after me now, isn't he?
The Fan.
Today, Ed Bianchi is probably most well known for his work on TV series like Deadwood and Boardwalk Empire, but he also has two movies to his credit. One is the bizarre 1991 film Off and Running, where Cyndi Lauper plays a mermaid-themed lounge singer whose boyfriend is murdered in front of her before she hooks up a professional golfer. The other is The Fan, which is produced by Robert Stigwood, who in addition to managing the Bee Gees and Cream, produced the films Jesus Christ Superstar, Grease, Tommy, Saturday Night Fever, Bugsy Malone, Moment by Moment, Grease 2, and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. As you can tell, the success of these films may have declined as time moved on. The Fan received plenty of negative media attention due to being released a few months after the murder of John Lennon, who lived in Dakota, the same building where legendary actress and star of the film Lauren Bacall had been living for many years. She was not pleased with the final film, however, saying,
"The Fan is much more graphic and violent than when I read the script. The movie I wanted to make had more to do with what happens to the life of the woman and less blood and gore."
Wow, if you couldn't tell, that was Carolyn DeFonseca playing the part of Lauren Bacall. Anyways, you have to admire the audacity of people who will take a legend like Lauren Bacall, someone who'd only made one Robert Altman movie since last appearing in John Wayne's last movie, The Shootist, and put her in a slasher.
Dear Miss Ross, I am your greatest fan. I have all the necessary equipment to make you very, very happy.
Am I safe, Inspector?
Who knows?
He's after me now, isn't he?
The Fan. Rated R.
Starts Friday, Man National Westwood, Man Chinese Hollywood, and at a theater or drive-in.
Douglas Breen, played by Michael Biehn, is obsessed, and that's putting it mildly, with star of Sage and Screen Sally Ross, who is Bacall. No matter how many autographs he gets, or curt replies, or even outright silence, it's never enough. He must have her, he must own her, he must consume her. Sally doesn't even know he exists. She's acting in a Bob Fosse-like musical and reconnecting with ex-husband Jake Berman, James Garner. But after the letters become more carnal, yes, this is how we sexted in the 80s. I was 9 when this was made, so I should know. Her assistant Belle, played by Maureen Stapleton, starts to worry. She should. Douglas is stalking her every move. When he figures out that Belle is the reason why his letter didn't get through, he slices her up Giallo style with a straight razor.
Miss Goldman?
She survives, but Elsa the maid doesn't. Soon, Sally is under protective custody, courtesy of Inspector Raphael Andrews, Hector Elizondo, and is asked if she'd like to have conjugal relations with a meat cleaver. Of note, the 2002 Paramount DVD release of this film re-edited this line to be much less profane. Our heroine leaves town, but that's when Douglas gets smart. He gets cruised in a bar, and in the midst of some oral delight, he murders the man, sets him ablaze, faking that the body was his. Oh, the 80s, when DNA didn't exist and these things happened all the time. Finally, Sally comes back for opening night, but despite how amazing her performance is,
when the noise dies down, when all the songs are sung, when the world's caught the last bus home, when the swing has swung, then thoughts of hearts and diamonds start running through my mind. Diamonds seem to cling to me.
Didn't even get any reconcile with her ex. Douglas is waiting. He kills her costume designer and a guard before coming after her. But finally, he offers her an embrace, and she responds by stabbing in the neck, before presumably leaving for the cast party at Sardi's.
I love you. Please love me.
Love. That was what you wanted, wasn't it?
I want you. I love you.
Of course you do.
Look for Anna Marie Horsfield from the Friday films as a female cop. Reed Jones, the original Skimbleshanks and Cats. Young Dana Delaney working in the record store alongside Douglas. Dwight Schultz as the director. Griffin Dunn as his production assistant. And Liz Smith as herself. The Golden Raspberry Awards nominated the song Hearts Not Diamonds for Worst Song the year this came out. My ire for those awards and the wonderful films they deride knows no bounds. Who are they to scoff at the abilities of Marvin Hamlish and Tim Rice? How dare you insult Miss McCall? Why, I should write a letter to them just like Douglas did. I mean, that seemed to turn out okay.
I'll give you hearts, not diamonds, and all you have to be is quieter than the world tonight. Keep me from the noise and light. Keep your diamonds. Hold on tight to me. Give your heart to me.
There's a rumor that this film was originally intended to be a straightforward thriller starring Elizabeth Taylor and directed by Jeff Lieberman. Yes, America's favorite actress. In the twilight of her career, as they always said in the tabloids, sad last days of Liz, being directed by the maker of Blue Sunshine. I mean, how could this not happen? How did we get to the parallel Earth where it did? Man, this is one strange movie, and I still am amazed that it played on Chiller Theater. Have you seen The Fan? Do you want to talk about it? Come to the site, bnsaboutmovies.com. Send me an email at bnsaboutmovies@gmail.com. You can always sponsor the site and pick an episode with Ko-fi or coffee or however you want to say it. And that's about it. Have a good day.